Hey, Pushnet, new little video. This one will be a concept, and the reason I want to talk about is a course I just did, and I thought there was some good information. Um, Obviously, the document that got from the course, I cannot photocopy or anything because of copyrights, but I did find something similar, and also I have a link. This is from the British Columbia, so on where I live, but the course is based on something from California. And when I went on their website, they do sell it. So I think it does have a place into a bug out bag, actually more a bug in bag. And the reason for so the course was 4 hour on what they call rapid damage assessment. And basically what it is that if an earthquake, so this is for earthquake because I'm in earthquake country, but also floods. So for earthquake and floods, basically there would be four levels of assessment for building. So the first one would be what they call a windshield assessment. So basically they send either cars or volunteers or something, and from there they look, or even from helicopters or airplane, and they fly, now even the use of drones, and they fly quickly over the zone that got affected, and they try to see where it looks like there's the most damage, and then from there they send a team. And the second level, which is what I got as a training, was what they call a rapid damage assessment. And basically, just like for those that did first aid course, which should be all of you if you're following my channel, it's a little bit like a triage, so ABC, and it's 7 steps that you have to do, or basically 3 steps, and the step number 2 has kind of 7 things that you need to look into, and it establish, can this building, because I keep saying house, but basically building, can it be, does it need to be condemned, or part of it can be condemned, and does it need further evaluation? So that's in the main the purpose of that course that I did. The 2 other levels is, then if you think that it is, then they bring like engineer and things like that, which has way more training, but to remain, and it's about a 30 minutes assessment. So I'll show you quickly what I mean by that, but it was very well done, and some of the pictures that we had. So basically, if you have, like, for example, a concrete building versus a wood building, how would you assess them, and what would you look, so the signs that they would look like it's unsafe, and how to do the different shape of the buildings, and how those can react to it. So for example, as you can see over here, if your building is on the slope, obviously, for example, in an earthquake, each part would get either more shear or less shear, or less damage and less pounding. So for example, if you have, like, on this one here, if you have a building that kind of collapsed on both sides, then you'll look probably in between versus on the outside. So it's basically where to look for things. And then there's the pictures of the kind of damage you want to look like. So for example, this and over here, and it's in a small, very portable, so this is the field manual. So basically that's what you go with. You go in the on in front of the building, you assess that, and then you make a decision. Is it a go, no go? And it's there's a 3 level: green, yellow, and red. So I thought it would be a good idea to bring that concept, as this now is going to be part, but this was for my basically because I'm part of the emergency team here for communication, so that could be useful. But I think it's going to also be part of my like I said, a bug-in bike. So if an earthquake would happen, You go out, you assess your building, and that could make a decision: do I bug in or bug out, and what kind of things to look for, and is this house stable, or part of the house is not. So it brings some ideas and things. So I'll put a whole bunch of link down, and I thought it was a very good idea, and I would encourage people, if you don't have a CERT team, because that's the kind of stuff that CERT team would do. But if you don't have a CERT team, or if there is a CERT team, to look for those little courses. Like I said, this one was a 4-hour class, and it was very worth every hours of it. I've learned things, even not just the assessment, but how our house is built, what makes it like the difference of how a structure is attached to the foundations. So all kind of little tips and tricks like this, like the difference between a brick wall, like the damage that would be on the brick wall versus other type of walls, like a concrete walls. The signs that you would look for are quite different. So for 4 hours, I think I learned a lot, and it was not too expensive. So it was like $40. So I would encourage people to look for that kind of teaching. And like I said, I'll put some link about things I found in PDF form for. But there's also a kind of similar manual, seems to be, on the website, and like I said, it's pretty much based. This one is based on the link that you'll see, and it was only $27. So I think it was worth to add on a building, so to your bug-in bag. So yeah, that was just a small concept, and I'll talk to you soon.